What's going on, everyone? Hope you're having a terrific day out here doing an outside video. So I want to talk today about the 7 answers to the most frequently asked questions about tinnitus. I'm going to dive right into this video. Hopefully you can hear me on the microphone. So let's get right in. Number 1, is there a cure to tinnitus? So when you're speaking about a cure and you're asking about a cure, you have to ask yourself, like, what is your definition of a cure? If your definition of a cure is there a pill you can take to stop the sound? And no, there is no cure if that is your definition. Now, if your definition of a cure is, can you get to a place where it's no longer bothering you? Can you learn to adapt to the sound? Can you get your life back and your happiness? Then yes, there's absolutely a cure. And I talked about that in my webinar. The link below, you can hit the description and sign up. And number 2, does tinnitus get louder? So tinnitus does not actually get louder unless you have some sort of progressive hearing loss where you're continuing to lose hearing. Tinnitus does not actually get louder over time. It actually gets quieter. From my experience, my tinnitus has actually gotten quieter. The more I've gotten used to it, the more I've learned to accept it, the more I've done holistic practices like meditation and yoga to try and get outside of my head and inside of my body. I've noticed that the tinnitus actually has gotten quieter. Number 3, are there certain types of foods that make tinnitus worse? No, I don't think so. I've tried every single food there is. I've drank in tons of coffee. I've had a lot of sodium. I've had no sodium. I've had a lot of water. I've literally had everything you could imagine, and I haven't noticed my tinnitus getting worse or better. Some people may argue with me about it, but I don't think that food is going to make your tinnitus worse or better. In fact, I think that if you let tinnitus bully you around and you stay away from things like coffee and salt because your tinnitus, you're afraid of it, I think that actually could make the tinnitus anxiety worse and be a negative habit for your brain, because you're literally telling your brain, okay, I'm going to change my thoughts and my eating habits based on my tinnitus, which then tells your brain that tinnitus is a problem, unless you have Meniere's disease. If you have Meniere's disease, then salt actually can give you horrible vertigo attacks and actually affect your hearing. If you don't have Meniere's disease, then cutting out salt really isn't going to help you as far as tinnitus. However, I'm on a low sodium diet, but that's more based on nutrition and stuff like that. I'm trying to get rid of water retention. So it's not based on tinnitus. I'm trying to cut for the summer. Number 4, is tinnitus harmful? No, tinnitus is not harmful. 99% of tinnitus cases are sensorial, which means that, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but basically it is a benign sound, 99% of the cases. If you're worried about it, go get checked out by a medical professional, get an MRI, do those things if you're really worried about it, but the majority of cases are benign. They are not harmful at all. Even though your brain is telling you this is harmful, you just have to ignore that because it's more likely not harmful. Number 5, sound masking doesn't work for reactive tinnitus. Okay, so reactive tinnitus can be very difficult and challenging to address, because sound masking can honestly make it worse. I've had reactive tinnitus so bad that dishes clanking would echo in my head and be very painful. I had to stop producing music for a while because just everything distorted in my head. What I have found that as I gradually habituated, the reactiveness went away. So for me, what I would recommend is to continue doing the steps that you would for normal habituation and just not react to the reactive tinnitus. And I would just use masking very gradually, and I would try to find masking that worked. For me, the masking that worked was rain. Rain kind of didn't really make the reactiveness that worse. And I also noticed that certain days it would be reactive and then other days it wouldn't. So it was very up and down. But as I continued to do the habituation process, I noticed that the reactive tinnitus actually went away on its own. Number 6, are there any treatment options for tinnitus? Yes, there are treatment options for tinnitus. A lot of doctors say that there's nothing that can be done, and that is a lie. There is a lot that can be done. Getting into a practice where you are learning to habituate from tinnitus to tinnitus, by hitting the webinar below, I will actually talk more about that. But there is a lot that can be done. It comes down to getting out of your brain and getting into your body, your thoughts with meditation and journaling, and a lot of just really reclaiming your life back and getting back to living Finding joy amid the pain is a big thing on how to move forward, not letting tinnitus stop you from living your best life. Number 7, will this sound ever go away? Sometimes it does for some people. Sometimes it does. But for me, no, it hasn't went away. I still have the tinnitus sound. I still hear it. I still have relapses. Sometimes my brain still wants to kind of be bothered by it, but I have learned the tools to cope with it and to accept it and to calm myself down. So when I do get in a place where I want to freak out about it, I'm not freaking out about it. So will the sound ever go away? For some people it does. For a lot of people it doesn't. So I can't literally tell you if your sound is ever going to go away. For me, it hasn't went away, but it has not affected my life the slightest. I am happy. I'm living my life. I'm in this dope view, making this video for all of you, and my life is fantastic, and I have tinnitus, and it's never went away. So that does not mean you can't be happy. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Make sure to comment below, hit the subscribe button if you like this kind of content. I will be talking to you all later. Peace.